Hey guys, it's a whole lot of dude, Crash Jackson, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, bringing you the latest exclusive breaking news, previewing and reviewing the latest shows from WWE, AEW, New Japan, and everything in between. Every Saturday, and interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code Wrestling with E for 10% off your next purchase. I am, of course, your host with a Glock, that guy, James Shea, joining with the leader of Squash Squad, who is not here tonight, but he would have put it to your forehead, Kaliko Yachts, and blow your brains on the concrete, the American Scooter Dust.
So apparently, Leroy the midget psychic has escaped from jail. So yes, there is a small medium at large.
And it's a great day for wrestling, as last week on the show I interviewed Rob Killjoy, incredible talent that it seems is finally getting his due. Next week on the show, or this upcoming Wednesday, we got Crash Jackson, another really great guy. Had an incredible chat with him. And if you don't believe me, here's a little taste of that interview. Now on to a lighter subject. I interviewed Rob Killjoy last week on the show. He said for me to tell you butt stuff, and you would know what that means. Your response?
Oh man, he told you to tell me butt stuff.
Yes. He told me that you would know what it means.
Oh man, that's so funny. That's hilarious. So there's like a multitude of things that means. So it has like multiple meanings.
Oh, we got good time. You could tell us all of
them. I'll just tell you about the one, and it's hilarious. It's a very stupid game that some of us play. When I say some, I mean most of us, and usually everyone gets in on it whenever they come to the Dayton area to come to Rockstar shows. And people, like, before the show or even during the show, just like in the locker room, the guys, we just like to just like enjoy ourselves and just kind of be lighthearted and stuff. And so you'll have people just like run up behind other people and then like literally yell into their butt.
What?
And you just run up behind them and just go, ah, and just like yell in their butt. And it's kind of like, ha, I got you sort of thing. And it's like, ah, damn it, you got me. I didn't come up with it. That was already like an established game whenever I moved up here. And it's just carried on. And it's funny. I don't know. It's very childish, but sometimes it's okay.
Okay, that is definitely an interesting game. Great clip. The Wednesday after that, October 13th, we got Megan Mason. On the 20th, we got Crystal Moon. And we might have a very special guest on the 27th for our very special 1-year interview anniversary. And then on November 3rd, we got Ike the Bite. So a stacked couple of months for Wrestling with Entertainment. No, Scooter?
Oh, without a doubt.
And now that we're done putting ourselves over, there's just one bit of news I really just we have to talk about it. I kind of gave a little teaser at the head of the show. Arn Anderson possibly committed murder and admitted to it on Dynamite.
Oh God, so that's what everyone was up in arms about. Unfortunately, Wednesday nights are packed TV-wise in my household. So sometimes I won't get to watch Dynamite until a couple of days later, and I have not watched it this week. But everybody, it's trending. It is it is a living meme.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, quite honestly, are we really surprised that it's Arn Anderson involved in this? I mean, considering the whole Scissorgate and everything.
But I mean, a scissors is a far cry from a Glock.
I mean,
Maybe
kind of
that
makes me
was.
think. Kind of makes me think of Brian Pillman a little bit.
But then wouldn't have Brian Jr. been in that segment? Or
I'm not saying like. I'm just saying it invokes that that infamous. Right. I'm gonna shoot this mother promo. Yeah, but Arn Anderson should probably keep the word Glock out of his vocabulary. I mean, I'm close to being a boomer myself, and even I won't say Glock. In like, no, it's a gun. That's what it is. It is a gun.
you don't cock Glock and go?
I hate it. I hate it when my friends cocklock me.
Yeah.
But was it a Glock 37, a Glock 45? Do Glocks even come in numbers? I don't know. I mean, did Arn just really want to trend over I'm a fat faced dipshit? Yeah.
I mean, I want to say that he was trying to make a point, but it kind of seems like he was just bragging at that point into the promo. But
you have to believe that somewhere Ric Flair was watching this promo and was going, and people think I'm nuts in my promo.
Well, it was definitely a highlight of this week, I suppose. But it doesn't seem like it seems like it was just more of a meme rather than there any heat. I don't believe there was any heat for him saying what he said.
No.
And I mean, if there was, he would just probably shoot him.
Yeah, but we're we're gonna be seeing this this is gonna become a TikTok. You know that.
Did you not see the Fire Pro render?
Oh, good lord! Oh man. See, good lord.
You just saw it, right?
No. I'm just imagining what it is because being the huge Fire Pro fan that I am.
I'll send it to you. It's fabulous.
There is
Obviously, the first half of the draft happened yesterday. We will be covering all things the draft next week on the show when it had fully concluded.
But little extra piece of news. Next week, the King of the Ring returns, and we've been speculating on it for a while, and it's finally happening. It's not the Queen of the Ring, it's the Queen's Crown tournament, and it starts next Friday on Smackdown. Also,
is it an interpromotional tournament or just a SmackDown tournament?
well, as of the that leads it to my other piece of news. This draft does not go in effect until Friday, October 22nd.
I mean, that was kind of like an unspoken rule in WWE. You finish your rivalries up at the next paid preview, and then everybody goes to where they need to belong the next week.
Well, I mean, back in the day, they used to do the draft right after WrestleMania, and then they moved it to July, and
Now
it
we're
was
not
usually in, back in the from 2005 all the way up to like around 2008 2009. It was usually done the week of a pay-per-view.
Yeah, because usually, whatever the backlash of WrestleMania was, because it was usually right after WrestleMania, you kind of settled those scores, and then you went to where you were supposed to go after that.
Well, in 2005 June, when John Cena went to Raw,
Yeah.
that it was Vengeance, and Raw technically had both champions.
Well, 2005 was a weird draft. It was one superstar weekly.
That's true. That is also true, yeah. So,
It'll be, what am I saying? It's not going to be interesting. They're going to draft people. People are going to be scratching their heads, and we're going to wonder why. We're scratching our heads, wondering why they scratch their asses. Now it's time to get into why we're all here, or maybe why we're not all here. We are wrestling with WWE Extreme Rules. It was last week it was last Sunday, and if you were smart, how'd you listen to it, Scooter?
you listen to it only on the remix.
And if I'm being honest, this was not a bad pay preview. Match quality wise, the matches were solid. Maybe just pay preview will overshadow in the coming years because nothing significant happened on it. But what was your thoughts, Scooter?
It was average. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really above the it wasn't above average either. So it was
Average
it was
rules.
I mean, yes. I mean,
Let's get into it. The New Day defeated Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos in 18 minutes and 10 seconds. Actually, a pretty good opener for this peak preview. Lashley, AJ, and Omos kind of just thrown together at this point, but they still made a pretty good story out of it. No,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. A lot of false finishes for an opener. But then again, when the match involves the WWE champion put on at the last minute, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's good. It was good. It sowed the seeds for another potential AJ singles title feud.
and he desperately needs one, I think, at this point.
Oh, without a doubt.
Then we have the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. We got the Usos defeated the Street Profits to retain in 13 minutes and 42 seconds. Another solid match, honestly. But I mean, the Usos and the Street Profits were in it. So, would you have expected less?
I'm surprised given Montez Ford's uh, already injured ribs going into the match, and usually in that situation the matches are really more one-sided, but this was proof to me that the Street Profits are where they belong. They're on their way to being one of the top teams in professional wrestling in general, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really interested in seeing how Montez Ford can do on his own.
I've wondered that for a while now. I mean, he has the look, he has the promo ability, and he definitely has the athletics behind him. And I think WWE might be looking forward to that as well. I mean, you just don't put a tag team guy against the tippy top talent that you got in Roman Reigns. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, now, you said that they're looking, the Street Profits might be one of the top tag teams going into the future. But weren't they already one of the top tag teams? I mean, they held the Raw Tag Team Championships for over a year, for just under a year. And then they got drawn on the SmackDown, and honestly, they've been coasting at this point.
which is why I say they in a couple of years we're going to be calling the Street Profits the leaders of the tag team division. Uh, I mean, the Street Profits, and, and I hate to say it like this, but they will essentially be the New Day on their, as the New Day got to their, peak of, overness.
So they're still in that they're in that baking phase. They're not yet done.
Yes.
Interesting. We got the Raw Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair defeated Alexa Bliss to retain in 11 minutes and 25 seconds. Another pretty good match. The real story comes at the end when Charlotte decided to rip apart Lily, kind of sort of killing her. Leaving Alexa Bliss very distraught. Your thoughts on the match, Squiddo?
It was definitely a decent match. I mean, the they had something really going with how Alexa Bliss was descending even further into madness, and then we caught a glimpse of the Alka-Seltzer tablet.
Where do you think they were
Which,
going with that? That she had rabies or something?
something like that maybe they were trying to get her mouth to resemble Lily's mouth.
I mean, Lily's mouth don't open.
Well, no, technically, yes, her mouth is open, but the separated teeth and everything like that, uh, you know, it's the common horror trope is that when something like that is destroyed, it's usually a container for evil. Uh, and it usually has its hooks in something in a human host and cannot and can only be so limited. And now that Lily has been essentially destroyed, there's there's a way for WWE to really, you know, get into that end zone with this. They really have to come at this from pure story. They really got to devote the storytelling. The action in the ring can take care of itself. They need to develop what's happening outside the ring because of what happened in the ring with this.
No, just on the part of the match. All of the shenanigans that Alexa Bliss does, you kind of forget that she is actually a good wrestler. Case in point, this match. Um, but to your point, it kind of seemed like this one destroying Lily would bring Alexa Bliss back to the way she was. Kind of getting rid of the, Bray Wyatt stigma on her. That's kind of what they were teasing after the match with Charlotte's promo. Um, do you think that they're kind of going that route of putting Alexa Bliss back the way she was? Or do you think that they're going to go full out, um, you know, this Alexa Bliss type character that we got, the Fiend controlled Alexa Bliss?
I mean, I think we're seeing that return of that dichotomy in Alexa Bliss's character. Um,
I mean, where do you go with it? I mean, you don't have like a Malachi Black or Christopher Daniels to kind of do, for lack of a better word, an exorcism on her. So either you create that character, which would take way too long at this point, or you just drop the character altogether. No?
or you can Jekyll and hide it.
True.
I mean, we've seen it before with Alexa, where she would turn almost back into her normal self and wonder why she was wearing what she was wearing. But then again, the WWE did have the advantage of taping stuff in advance because of the Thunderdome.
Correct.
So if they have a chance to really flesh out this storyline, and I think that knowing the WWE, I think they're gonna just drop the ball on this, and yeah, it's these gimmicks that nobody thinks gets over, and then they get over insanely. it's like the WWE doesn't know what to do with them once they're that over.
And does that kind of come from because they didn't create it? They don't know what to do with it?
It's yeah, I would say that not having somebody who inherently understands how the character and the story itself needs to proceed organically.
And Alexa Bliss is taking some time off. The rumored reason is to have some type of sinus surgery. Um,
So
True or is this just rumor and anyone know?
um if it's sinus surgery, I'm thinking to fix a deviated septum. Uh so
Can you explain why
she'll-
she had white foam coming out of her mouth?
yeah, I mean, oh, what a relief it is. Um plop plop biz biz. Um ooh, that could be a nice new gimmick for her. The Fizz. Jeez. Follow me. No. Yeah, it's a simple surgery, most likely. She'll heal up and she'll be back sometime, probably the week um, following Crown Jewel.
Alright. Next match, we got a triple threat match for the United States Championship. Damian Priest retained, defeating Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. Talking about a deviated septum, Sheamus keeps breaking his nose.
Well, I mean, if Damian Priest would stop botching.
I mean, you could have a full episode of Botchamania just with Damian Priest on this show. I do kind of feel bad for him. It was his birthday.
Yeah. Happy botch day to no. But let's be real here. This was the third match in, and it's the first Extreme Rules match on a technicality.
I don't believe anybody used any weapons in it as well.
Yep.
Well, on a side note, Damian Priest and Sheamus had a no disqualification match on Raw the very next night. I was watching and I was like, what the fuck? I mean, if you're gonna have a triple threat match, you do it on Raw. And if you're doing a no disqualification match, you do it at Extreme Rules. But maybe I just have logical thinking.
Well, I don't see. Here's the thing: is that I don't think they knew for sure back when they had Extreme Rules on the calendar if they were going to be going back to Saudi Arabia. And when they learned that they did, Extreme Rules basically became an afterthought at that point.
Wow. Yeah, I think we talked about that. That this didn't seem. This pay preview already seemed like an afterthought before it even began. But props to Sheamus. He wrestled the next night with a broken nose and had a pretty decent match with Priest. Next match up, Bianca Belair defeated women's SmackDown's women's champion Becky Lynch via disqualification in
Viva
17 minutes and 26 seconds when Sasha Banks attacked her. I mean, at this point, does anybody care when Sasha Banks makes a return? She's made so many of them.
it's no longer a question of when she returns. It's when is she going to be disappearing again?
And, you know, if she does have health issues, I get that. But if these, you know, she's not clear to wrestle, quote unquote, what they say, and it's just a matter of she's being difficult, why does WWE keep bringing her back?
Because she represents two nationalities of a demographic that WWE desperately wants.
I mean, don't you get that with Bianca Belair now?
Yeah, it's what that is. Bianca also Latino?
No.
That's why.
I mean, I would say that Billy was more Latina than Sasha at this point. But, you know, I'm going to not continue on that thought.
I mean, Sasha is a Latino African American woman. Okay, so now I'm sorry, that's three key demographics to the WWE.
And you know,
She
okay, I get
defeated
that
Eddie
Sasha's
Guerrero.
popular, but why would you keep trusting her when she keeps letting you down?
The question is it in her control, though?
Do you feel it's in her control, or do you feel that it could be avoided?
I feel that if the WWE didn't have a, uh, a close eye watching them, they would let her compete regardless, and that's just reckless. I think the only reason Sasha was actually even kept off to begin with is because the WWE was essentially being told from an outside source, not from within.
Hmm. Well, I believe it was announced that Becky will defend the championship at Crown Jewel against Belair and Sasha.
Uh,
Um,
yes, it was announced.
does Sasha even make it to that show?
Um, well, she wrestled Bianca on SmackDown last night. So I mean, here's hoping.
On another note, this match was 17 minutes longer than their SummerSlam match. Um, do you believe Bianca Belair against Becky Lynch?
Uh, hmm, hmm, hmm. Skip. Go to the next person. Oh wait.
Kaliko.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Drew. Oh no, wait.
Jesus.
But oh no, wait, no. Cooper?
Uh, uh,
No.
um. Stimpy. I don't know. Um. Yeah.
And that brings us to our last match, the marquee match, Extreme Rules match for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman defeated the Demon Finn Balor to retain in 19 minutes and 38 seconds. I could honestly say that there was more of an Extreme Rules match at the top of NXT this week than this match was. It was still a decent match, maybe not Extreme Rules worthy, but I feel like you glossed over it already because Reigns is fighting Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia in a couple of weeks.
Very true. Um. Plus, now we get to chant "Fat ass Finn, fat ass Finn." I mean, come on, with that crap. Oh, the spontaneous rope break. There's more chance of me spontaneously combusting. I know, I've done it before.
Yeah, yes, there was.
I mean, it would have just made more sense just to have somebody there with bolt cutters.
But didn't you already see the speculation that the cameraman on the apron on the opposite side had a knife that cut the rope?
Oh, so is he supposed to be like Paul Heyman's cousin or something?
I have no idea, but that's what um, fans are speculating at this point.
No, that they wouldn't have cut. They wouldn't have cut it with a knife. You know how long it would take to cut that thing with a knife?
I mean,
No,
that's what
no,
they said was in his hand. I'm just relaying the message.
based on being somebody who has taken down and put a ring up constantly, you don't cut through those. You can't. It would take way too long, and based on how the entire rope in and of itself came off. There wasn't a broken piece from what we could see.
Was it? Did the buckle come off as well? I can't remember.
Yes, that was basically a spring. Almost it's almost as because they tighten the buckles and then they're tested for elasticity. That was a case of one end being one opposite corner essentially being loosened to the degree where it could affect all the other turnbuckles connected to that top rope.
Do you feel like
So
this was just a lazy way to get Finn Balor a loss here?
yes, it was absolutely lazy.
Do you feel that anything's going to come of this rope break? That there's a conspiracy there, or Finn Balor's not in the title picture next?
No, Finn Balor's not in the title picture.
He's still in the title picture?
No, and I bet he goes to Raw.
We'll see what happens there. The other thing that was said was, okay, Roman broke spear of Batlord through the barricade. And then he got up, he summoned his demony powers, and he had the second wind about him. And then the ropes broke and he was, ow, I hurt my leg. Fair criticism?
Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair. I mean, if that's going to happen, you're essentially, how do I put this? It's almost as if Finn Balor found himself a power star from Super Mario Brothers and had temporary invincibility.
That is a fantastic way to put it.
And then suddenly just the rope breaks and he's done. That's like did the guys who write Deadpool 2 book this match? That's just lazy writing.
Now, with all that said, this whole preview in its entirety, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
One thumb to spread the cheeks, and yeah, no, thumbs down.
In its entirety, I give it an Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
Yeah. I was doing an impression of Orange Cassidy. Yeah.
That will conclude our coverage of WWE Extreme Rules.
Maybe it's a Dexter Loomis thumbs up.
I think we all wish we had that type of thumbs up.
Oh God, I'm just thinking back to now the honeymoon and Loomis taking out a giant thing of condoms in front of Johnny Gargano.
Yeah. That will not be previewed or reviewed on this show.
Points for style, though.
Without doubt. And I'll conclude our coverage of WWE Extreme Rules. Now a quick word from our sponsors.
Rogue Energy, the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, whether it be juices, shakes, smoothies, and everything else in between. Their low-calorie, no-sugar energy formula is the perfect alternative to sugar-filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Their extreme formula provides the most energy, focus, and sports performance possible. Their hydration line offers focus, ingredients without the added caffeine. Drink it anytime you're thirsty. And their shake formula is so delicious. Who doesn't love a cookies and cream, 0-calorie energy milkshake? First and foremost, they've designed every Rogue product line with performance and effectiveness in mind. It is critical that you look at the nutrition panels of drinks when comparing options. There are countless off-brands out there that are presenting low-quality, poorly dosed formulas that amount to expensive caffeine water. Every formula they produce is designed with optimal levels of high-quality ingredients. Additionally, you won't find a powdered gaming drink brand that dissolves better. No need to have chalky textures in your drink. Their taste profiles are unmatched, specifically designed for gamers, athletes, students, entrepreneurs, people with hectic schedules, individuals with low energy, podcasters who can't shut up, people who are health conscious, and so much more. Great as both a pre-workout and as a coffee energy drink replacement. Specifically designed every Rogue product line to be the best gaming drink on the planet. Rogue Energy, more focus, more wins.
Use promo code WRESTLINGWITHE for 10% off your next purchase. And we are wrestling with New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 31, Max the Max. We're going to preview and review everything that's happened since the last time we talked about it, which was last week. So let's get into September 24th. The first match, we got B block action here. Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Hiroki Goto in 14 minutes and 10 seconds with a small package. Tanahashi's at 1 win, 1 loss, 2 points. Hiroki Goto's at 2 losses, 0 points at this point. For assessment, I mean, Tana needs some points to get on the board. He's United States champion. So, and I mean, Okada's not going to ask for a United States championship match. So you kind of have to be picky of who he loses, right, Scooter?
Yeah.
Second match, Tamatonga defeated Chase Owens in 12 minutes and 59 seconds with a gun stun. Tama's at 1 win, 1 loss. Chase is at 2 losses at this point. We talked a little bit last week about the Yujiro Kenta match. This was more how Bullet Club operates. There was a 2-sweet before the match. There was a 2-sweet and a hug after the match. But then again, Tama is the leader of Bullet Club. Chase Owens, I mean, he's been performing actually quite well in this tournament. So props to him. Then we have our third match, Yoshihashi losing to Jeff Cobb in 13 minutes and 21 seconds with a tour of the islands. Yoshi's at 2 losses, 0 wins. Cobb's at 2 wins, 0 losses, 4 points. Scooter, what's your thoughts on Yoshihashi?
Praise Yoshihashi!
How dare you? Fuck Yoshihashi. Next match, we got Sonata losing to Taichi in 25 minutes and 15 seconds with a Black Mephisto. Sonata's at 1 win, 1 loss, 2 points. Taichi's at 2 wins, 0 losses, 4 points. And this kind of seems like the story of Sonata's G1 every single year, where he really doesn't get out of the starting gates very well. Is that a major problem with Sonata at this point?
Yeah, I would definitely say that's a big problem with Sonata.
And I mean, he can get to the finals. We've seen it before, but he really needs to kick it into high gear if he wants to actually do something. And then we got our fifth match. Kazuchika Okada defeated Evil in 21 minutes and 46 seconds with a Rainmaker. 2 wins, 0 losses for Okada. Evil, 1 win, 1 loss, 2 points. Evil is kind of in limbo, like we've said, and it kind of still shows in this tournament. We'll talk about what he does in the next match. But how are we supposed to believe Evil is a threat to anybody ever if he doesn't win any big matches?
That's a good point. I mean, it seems like Evil is falling from grace.
Well, I mean, if rumor and innuendo is anything, House of Torture is going to be its own little faction away from Bullet Club, separated. How are we supposed to take him seriously if he's not winning matches? especially as the leader of House of Pancakes. I mean, Torture. Right?
Yeah.
Now, now we're on to a blocked action from September 26th. Not a block match, but Shingo Takagi did defeat Eugene Nagata in 16 minutes and 51 seconds. With Last of the Dragon. These matches aren't for anything, but how important is it to actually get a win in the G1? Maybe not a block match, but if you did lose the match before, kind of get your confidence back up.
No, even I wouldn't say that, because the matches that happen, usually 2 matches before that happened during the G1, they feature the same 4 guys over and over, and it at this point, those matches essentially don't really mean anything.
It only means these specific matches don't mean anything because Naito is not in the tournament anymore. But it could be, a good little warm-up match if you lost the night prior, kind of get your confidence back up, warm you up for the next match. No?
That's true. That's true. Okay, I'll give you that.
The first match for actual points, Greater Khan defeated Yujiro Takahashi in 14 minutes and 16 seconds with an eliminator. Okan is at 4 wins, 0 losses, 8 points. That is including, is it? No. It was including the Naito win. Yujiro is at 2 wins, 2 losses. Actually, yes. These include the Naito loss. 4 points. We were kind of speculating Yujiro may have came to play, but this kind of seems more his speed now. He beat Kota Ibushi, 2 losses. No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Next match, Toriano defeated Tamaloa in 10 minutes and 46 seconds with a schoolboy. Yano's at 3 wins, 1 loss. Tamaloa is at 1 win, 2 losses. But technically not an actual win. That 1 win is by forfeit. Tomohiro Ishii defeated Kenta in 21 minutes and 8 seconds with a schoolboy. 1 win, 3 losses. My bad. Kenta defeated Ishii in 21 minutes and 8 seconds. Ishii's at 1 win, 3 losses, 2 points. Kenta's at 3 wins, 1 loss, 6 points. And that brings us to the main event. Kota Ibushi lost to Zaxey Jr. in 19 minutes and 55 seconds by Clocky Cat Bad Balloon Remix. That is an actual move. Alright, let's talk about Zack Sabre Jr. He defeated Tetsuya Naito legitimately by not a forfeit and ultimately took him out of the tournament. Then he defeated Shingo Takagi, and now he beat Kota Ibushi. I mean, if you wanted to defeat 3 big names in the G1, Zack Sabre Jr. is already on his way to winning this tournament, just from who he has tiebreakers over. No, Scooter?
Yeah. 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 This is CSJ's. It's clearer than day at this point.
Well, I mean, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, but already he defeated Great Khan a couple nights later, getting to 8 points. Um, a couple of years ago back, Kenta won four his first four matches, but then dropped his last five. Do you see that being the case with ZSJ?
No.
So he's going into the finals.
Yeah, he's definitely going into the finals.
Huh? Got Tai Chi losing to Evil in 11 minutes and 30 seconds from Viva referee stoppage. I feel like they just brought this match up. They gave Evil this win the way that he wanted, just to kind of get him his steam back from losing to Okada. Now we got Sonata defeating Chase Owens in 11 minutes and 58 seconds with a rounding body press. Um, Sonata's at 2 wins, 1 loss, 4 points. Chase Owens 0 wins, 3 losses. Hiroki Goto lost to Jeff Cobb in 15 minutes and 8 seconds with a tour of the islands. Goto's at 3 losses and 0 wins. Cobb's at 3 wins, 0 losses. Then you have Hiroshi Tanahashi defeating Tama Tonga in 14 minutes and 17 seconds with a horizontal armbar. Tanahashi's at 2 wins, 1 loss, 4 points. Tama is 1 win, 2 losses. And then Kazuchika Okada defeated Yoshihashi in 26 seconds. In 26 minutes and 53 seconds with a rainmaker. Scooter, your thoughts on Yoshihashi, and don't fuck it up this time.
We love Yoshihashi. No, seriously, fuck that guy. Fuck him in his stupid ass. He's fucking clown shoes.
Then we go to B block action, A block action from September 30th. We got Tomohiro Ishii defeated Tangaloa in 16 minutes and 18 seconds. Ishii's 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 points. Loa 1 win, 3 losses, 2 points. ZSJ defeated Great Khan in 15 minutes and 26 seconds. How about these legs? Zaxey Jr., 4 wins, 0 losses, 8 points. Okan, 4 wins, 1 loss, 8 points. Kotobushi defeated Toru Yano in 4 minutes and 3 seconds with a Kamagoye. 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points. Yano, 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 points. Then we have Shingo Takagi defeating Kenta in 23 minutes and 56 seconds with Last of the Dragon. 3 wins, 1 loss, 6 points for both men. And now we will preview the upcoming matches. We will have a review of the October 1st matches next week. So we are starting October 3rd in A block. We got the Great Khan versus Kenta. Who wins, Scooter?
Oh, it's gotta be Kenta. I mean, come on. I mean, Great Khan is having a great showing, but that momentum eventually comes to an end.
I was saying last week on the show, if Kenta lost to Shingo, that Kenta would win the A block. So I kind of feel like a loss to Okan would set him back. But, Okan is, you know, he has that eluding 10 points in the future. I mean, he'll get them, but I don't think he's getting them on Kenta.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not getting them on Kenta.
There's going to be an interesting match. Tangaloa versus Yujiro Takahashi. Who wins here?
No, and since Tangaloa is the tag team guy, this is like you kind of almost expect the tag team competitor to essentially almost, I don't want to say naturally lose, but I think this is I think this match belongs to Tonga.
Tangaloa.
Tangaloa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're interchangeable.
And I say this is interesting because Yujiro is kind of leaning more House of Pancakes, Torture, than Bullet Club at this point. Loa is the brother of the leader of Bullet Club. So he might watch what he's doing, but then again, he might get a win nefariously. But I do feel like Yujiro's G1 is over. He beat Kota Ibushi, that's pretty much it. So I feel Tangaloa will win this one. Another interesting match. Tomohiro Ishii versus Zaxey Jr. Who wins Scooter?
Yeah, you know what? It's I'm not betting against ZSJ here. Zack Sabre Jr.
I'm gonna go Ishii. Just for the fact that Ishii has stopped other people's momentum in the past, it's kind of what he's good at. And I don't think anybody would bat an eye at an Ishii over ZSJ match. Then we have a match that we've been waiting over over 6 months to see. Kota Ibushi versus Shingo Takagi. Who wins, Fiddle?
Oh boy. Oh crud. Oh god, this is painful.
It's the G1.
You know what, Takagi?
Yeah, I agree with that. Right, that brings us to October 4th. We got B block action. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Chase Owens. Who wins here?
Clearly Tanahashi. But watch. Just watch. It'll be Chase Owens.
This is gonna be the interesting match. Evil versus Tamatonga. Who wins here?
Evil Tonga. No, Lower Evil. Evil.
Do you see the House of Pancakes, Torture becoming its own faction after this match? Is this the where we say, okay, Bullet Club, House of Pancakes, Torture?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to thank our sponsor, the International House of Pancakes.
We wish.
I didn't say whose International House of Pancakes.
There's more than one.
Let's just say they don't specialize in pancakes. No.
Alrighty then. Taichi versus Jeff Cobb. Who wins?
Well, since they're clearly trying to like fuck with our emotions here, yeah, what? Yeah, I'll give it to Taichi.
Huh. You think Taichi's gonna hand Jeff Cobb his first L of the tournament?
I mean, Taichi is also a bit of a momentum stopper, is he not?
Yeah, I would go with that. And he's pretty pissed off at this point, being pretty much embarrassed by Evil. So, the heel has to get his heat back. Whether it be on Jeff Cobb has, yet to be figured out. Hiroki Goto versus Yoshihashi. Fuck Yoshihashi. And then your main event, Okada versus Sanada. They are rivals, of course. So who wins, Scooter?
Well, I'd say the victory goes to the art of rhyming. Okada, Sanada, Okada, Sanada. Yeah. Now try getting that out of your head.
Destination unknown. Okay, so
I'd say if there was any match for Okada to lose, it's this one.
I kind of feel the same way. And if Sanada is not, if he took an L to Taichi, then he probably needs a W over an Okada to kind of still stay in it.
Yeah, I would say so.
And that brings us to A Block action, October 7th. We got, in a special singles match, Hiromu Takahashi versus Kenta, which honestly should be just fucking fantastic. But the first match on the card, Kota Ibushi versus Tanga Loa. Who wins, Scooter?
Mm. Oh, God. God, I've lost my place.
Ibushi versus Loa.
Bushi was long. Yeah, Bushi.
ZSJ versus Yujiro.
ZSJ.
Yeah. Yano versus Takagi.
Takage.
Ishii versus Okan.
Okan.
I say Ishii. Like we said, momentum stoppers. That's Ishii. Well, and that will conclude our coverage of the G1 Climax this week. We will have more G1 Climax next week on the show as well. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling with E. And of course, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use promo code Wrestling with E for 10% off your next purchase. Join us this Wednesday as we interview Crash Jackson. And follow me on Twitter at JamesJ993. You can follow the very late Kaliko Yachts at I am Kaliko. And where can they find Scooter?
As always, you can find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. And of course, James and I hosting The Remix next time we come to you is October 21st for Crown Jewel. And of course, join me along with Rico Constantino Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
For Kaliko Yachts, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.